What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode here on youtube.com/ImprovGaming, the Gamescast, every Tuesday, Thursday. We're going to jump right into it.
Yes.
Now, Horizon Zero Dawn getting amazing reviews.
Yes.
And the game's reviews came out, as of watching this, last Monday, to stellar reviews. Everybody across the media loving this game. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think they're lying? Do you think this is the next big thing? What do you think?
Well, my thoughts are, and you know me, I'm the video game pessimist.
Of course.
Here. My thoughts are that this is... Well, let's go to the beginning, okay? Uncharted is gone.
Uncharted gone.
Uncharted is gone. We're not going to have Nathan Drake. Crash Bandicoot is probably not getting a revival. Sackboy is dead. He was dead on arrival on Little Big Planet 3. There are no mascots for the PlayStation right now. And as we all know, PlayStation has always had a mascot. So this character, why can't I remember her name? Aloy. Aloy is supposed to be the new mascot. So I feel like there's some backroom shenanigans going on. I'm hoping that's not true, but I feel like there's backroom shenanigans going on, kind of a pay-to-play kind of thing that PlayStation is doing, because they are very much relying on this character to kind of be the face of PlayStation henceforth.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice word.
I like that.
I like it. So I'm a little pessimistic of the review scores. Now, that's not to say that I don't have high hopes for the game itself, because I'm very interested in, you guys know and you know, that I've been very interested in this game from the beginning. I've been very excited to play this game from the beginning, and I really want it to be a good game. I really want Guerrilla Games to show me that they have more than just first-person shooter. I really want them to show me that they have a dynamic story set in an open world environment that can really push the boundaries of what Wild Hunt did, that can push the boundaries of what GTA kind of has done. You know, I want that experience, and I want to have that experience in a new environment. So I'm all about new IPs, and you know that. I was fanatical about No Man's Sky, and as we all know, that disappointed me. I'm still fanatical about Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm very excited to play it. But who knows what's going to come of that.
So now you're the pessimist of the group. Yes. I'm more I hated Horizon when it first came out. Yes. I was not a big fan, as you guys know, and from following on the channel. But as time grew on, so did my love for this game. Mm-hmm. And now, without further ado, I cannot wait to play this game.
Well, you got very excited about the narrative, because they released that narrative trailer, and you were like, "That's it, I'm sold." Because you're very much influenced by a very strong narrative. That's why Uncharted really stuck to you. Firewatch stuck to you. Wild Hunt, because again, that narrative is massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're very narrative driven, where I'm very gameplay driven. So I like to see new IPs that are very different in the way that they approach things. So I think we were both cautiously optimistic about what was going to happen, and then you got sold on the trailer.
Well, I was told, because you saw how much Sony was backing this. Mm-hmm. I mean, for the last couple of events, PSX, E3, Horizon was the marquee title they were showing off. They're like, look at what Guerrilla Games is doing. Guerrilla Games, known for the Killzone series. Not as good as some would say in the Halo universe, but still you have that core niche for Killzone. But this game, the reviews have been stellar. Not a bad review in sight, and I'm not surprised, because Guerrilla had a lot to take on here. I mean, they are doing something they've never done. They're used to first-person shooters. You have an open-world RPG, action, just a whole bunch of skill trees, all this different dynamic of, if I use fire arrows on this enemy or ice arrows on this enemy, it will affect them differently, not to what shooters are known for. Shooters is go up, shoot this guy.
Well, again, that's another take, right? Because they're bringing the camera back. You're no longer first person. You're now in a third person environment, and you've got to experience what Guerrilla Games has to bring to the table in terms of a third person experience. It's always been traditionally a first person experience whenever you talk about Guerrilla Games, and they did a fantastic job the last console generation.
Yeah, you enjoyed Shadowfall.
Not so much. I enjoyed Killzone. I didn't really enjoy Shadowfall. Okay. I thought it was okay. I thought that it was interesting what they were trying to do. I didn't enjoy that it was a 52 goddamn gigabyte, first game out the door. like 52 gigabytes. I've only got 500. I was like, holy shit, 10 of these games and I'm fucked.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
holy crap, I didn't even realize. But I understood what they were doing. They were installing a lot of packages in order for them to really gain the momentum on the PlayStation 4 console.
Yeah.
And it was a good job. It was a fairly good job that they did with Shadowfall. Not as impressed as their previous iterations. Okay. But I'm very excited to, like, again, new IP. I am always crazy about new IPs. I always want to delve into something new. And experience what a developer's take is on something. And Dinosaurs, by Guerrilla Games standards, seems an interesting point. But again, because Sony has been backing this so hard over the past 2 years, I'm very afraid that something is shady going on behind the scenes, and that it might not be as stellar of a game when we get our hands on it as they're making it out to be. There was a quote from, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Sony of America or Sony Computer Entertainment of America. Okay. I think it was the VIP or whoever it was. I don't know who it was. But he had said something along the lines of, she is going to make you feel this way and she is going to be your idol. And it kind of stuck with me because of the fact that, like, you can't tell me who the next idol is going to be. You couldn't have predicted that Crash Bandicoot was going to be your mascot. You couldn't have predicted that Nathan Drake was going to be your guy. Kratos was going to be your guy. These were all like underdogs that kind of came out with nothing, that came out of nowhere, and suddenly we gravitated toward them. Same thing with Dante. That was a fucking mistake. That was a mistake on Capcom's part. They were trying to build a Resident Evil, and they were like, well, this isn't Resident Evil at all. We've got to make an entirely new game. They did it, and Dante blew up from Devil May Cry. Yeah. And you guys have been trying to catch that momentum on Dante for fucking years now. You guys misstepped on part 2, went back to your roots on part 3, misstepped again on part 4, and then misstepped on a reboot DMC. So you guys couldn't regain the greatness that was Dante in the first game. Yeah. And that was entirely a mistake, but he became an icon of video games. Accidentally. So you can't tell me who's going to be an idol. You know, I have to see whether or not I gravitate towards this character. I have to see what kind of struggle she goes through, what kind of a person, how she handles those struggles, how the game feels, how it plays, how everything intermingles. Are you just using it as a graphics boost, or are you actually giving me a game worthwhile? That's how I determine whether or not you're an icon. That's why many years ago, or 2 years ago to be fair, I said Uncharted was overrated, was because I did not enjoy it. Now, having played the entire Uncharted series, I still stand by my word, because now I've played all of them, and I still say, this is not fundamentally a great game. I could have played this game PlayStation 2 era. Could have. Maybe not the same graphics, but I still could have played that game. It wouldn't have been as nice looking, but it still would have told me the same story in the same aspect. I don't give a shit if they built a train that's actually running on a track. I don't care. You could have done the same thing with cutscenes and with different kind of utensils used way before. Now you just have more power, so you actually made a train track. So it doesn't really interest me. What interests me is whether or not the character is somebody that I can really gravitate towards, and whether or not the gameplay is something that I can really gravitate towards. That's why I'm very excited for a new IP. I was very excited for Uncharted when it first came out. I played it, was not thrilled. Skipped 2, played 3, still wasn't thrilled. Decided to play 2 and 4 so that then I could see if there was something that I was missing. I still just couldn't get to it. It was just my personal opinion. I couldn't really get into Uncharted. But still, Nathan Drake blew up. He still became a PlayStation icon. Oh, that's just the way I feel. You can't tell me who the fuck your icon's going to be. You can't tell me who your legend is going to be.
Well, I just think that Sony's, like I said earlier, backing this new franchise, because it is going to be a franchise. From the reviews, they said the story's great, you know, the gameplay is second to none, and it just shows, and we've had this topic before, is they've given this out a week and a half early for reviewers to go through and see what they think, which is trusting when Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's reviews don't go up until March 2nd.
Yeah.
And your impressions on it does not go out until March 2nd. People are loving playing it, but the official reviews for media outlets don't go out until the 2nd. And surprise, surprise, the Switch comes out a day after.
Yeah.
When Horizon is 8 days before saying, we have a great game, we are Guerrilla, we're known for first-person shooters, but let me show you we have something else.
Well, I think when they put it out into the wild to get it reviewed, they were very confident. The fact that they put it out there shows me something, right? The fact that it's getting great reviews doesn't show me anything. But that in conjunction with the fact that Guerrilla Games put it out there already shows me a little bit more behind the veil of, okay, maybe they are confident. And again, this is like cautious pessimism, or cautious optimism, I should say, where there might be something there because it seems like signs are pointing towards that direction, but there's also the possibility of this. Therefore, let me just reserve myself. Again, I pre-ordered the game. I'm very excited to play it, but let me just reserve.
Picking it up together on Tuesday?
No. I pre-ordered it digitally.
Oh, of course you did.
You
have the little countdown.
So I have the little countdown. So I'm very, cautiously optimistic about the game, and I just don't want there to be any shenanigans going on in terms of I'm paying you to give this a good review. Sony is paying people, not Guerrilla Games. I doubt Guerrilla Games would do that, but I very much feel like Sony would, because again, they're telling me it's an icon. They're telling me this is the way I'm going to feel about this character. They're trying to convince me that something is going to be something when it very well might not.
So now, with all these great reviews coming out, you're skeptical because you say, until I play it, that's when I will make my verdict.
That's when I'm going to decide. Like I've told you about watching reviewers on YouTube or wherever. I don't really watch reviewers to find out what they think about the game. I watch reviewers because they're going to show me a lot of gameplay footage. They're going to show me how the dynamics work just by watching it. I don't watch reviewers to tell me, oh, yeah, it's a great game. I don't really care what your opinion of the game is. You are not me. But what I will look at your video for is to see gameplay, because that's what you're going to show me. You're going to show me a skill tree if there is one. You're going to show me how the enemies interact, what the collision detection looks like. You're going to show me things like that without even realizing you're showing it to me.
Well, I'm very excited for Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know about you guys. Let us know in the comments below. Remember also, you're seeing this on Tuesday. Tomorrow, the unboxing of Horizon Zero Dawn's Collector's Edition will be up.
You will have that Collector's Edition unboxing here at Improv Gaming on YouTube.com.
Wow.
Wow.
Remember also we have Let's Plays up. But before we end this video, let me just introduce my co-host, the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
Mr. Nicholas De Jesus.
How's it going tonight, everybody? And let me introduce the host with the most, Mr. I'm Wondering himself, with the Kango cap in tow. It's Mr. Peter Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, guys? Check out all the Let's Plays, all that fun stuff. Hit the subscribe button, like the video. Remember, 100 subs gets you a game of this generation. Fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Check that video out on the channel. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
Game on.